Hello. I just rolled out of bed. It's morning time. But I wanted to do at least one reaction. I don't know if I'm going to do any more, but So I was watching YouTube this morning, and everybody's talking about this new song by Jason Aldean. Try That in a Small Town. The first thing I saw was a video where there was a woman that was complaining about it, saying it was racist. But the people watching her were saying she's crazy. They're like, it's not racist. And then I see all these different people are reacting to it, and it looks like the majority of people think it's not racist and not bad, but it's enough of a controversy that people are trying to cancel him and pull his video off of stuff and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's one of those things it's probably stupid and people argue about it. From what I gather about the song, he's singing about like a small town, how people in a small town small towns are like safer, more like a community. People help each other out. People, protect their own, and we don't put up with crap. Like, I'm from a small town, and I love small towns. I hate big cities, And it always seems like there's so much more crime in big cities. People don't care about each other as much. And there's people breaking into each other's houses and carjacking, and there's what do you call it? Not protesting, because they're not really protesting. They're just like looting and destroying businesses and stuff like that. And in a small town, we'd all gather up with our guns and try to put a stop to it. Put up with that crap. like we don't have to wait for the cops to show up because we handle it first. Which some people don't agree with that for some reason. I don't know why. It sounds good to me that you would do that, and I'm sure it's very patriotic because a lot of country music songs are very patriotic. They love their country, which I suppose that's a bad thing nowadays, to love your country. To be patriotic is considered racist, which I think is horrible and doesn't make sense. But anyways, let's check it out. See what all the fuss is about. Maybe it's a really good song and I want to add it to my playlist. Pretty much what I thought it would be about, I can see how people that think people who like all that type of stuff, they like to, like, they don't like police, they're anti-police, and they think it's good to, I mean, I like peaceful protest. Protest is fine. I like all that, but people think it's okay to spit and yell in police face and cuss them out and spit in their face and do all this stuff. I mean, I don't think that's right to do to anybody. Even someone that you strongly disagree with and you think they're crazy, it's not cool to spit in their face and act like that to them, And they talk about, we have guns, they're trying to round them up, which is true. He's obviously pro Second Amendment, and that's true. They're trying everything they can, putting more and more regulations on it, trying to take people's guns away, and I don't think that's right. I guess it's like, if you agree with this kind of stuff, then you're gonna like the song. If you don't agree, you think they should take away guns, you hate cops, you're down with the looting and you like to rob people and stuff, I guess you would think it was cool. Or you would hate this song. You would think they're against me or something. I don't understand. This is bad stuff. This isn't cool. This isn't good. To rob people, to carjack people, to act like a crazy person. I don't think it's right to stomp on the flag, burn the flag, show disrespect to the flag. If you don't like this country, then go move somewhere else. There's so many worse countries out there. This is a great country. People are killing themselves to get in here. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of problems, but to me, it's just like throwing a little fit, like a toddler throwing a little tantrum, stomping on the flag. Ooh, look at me, I'm so cool. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, are you really contributing things to society? Like, come on. How is this making the world a better place? I don't understand. Out here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town full of good old boys, raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town.
Farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
Yeah. I mean, there's bad things that come with a small town, which a lot of people hate. There's a lot of gossip. Everybody knows everything about everybody. There can be bad stuff like racism or whatever, because it might be a small town that's only one type of race, and so it's kind of closed off, and it's not as blended, like a melting pot sort of situation. Like, there's more in big cities, but there's so much good in a small town too. People stop and help each other on the side of the road when they're broke down. They see a neighbor that needs food, that needs help. They need their house caught on fire, their kids need clothes. I mean, people rally together and people help each other out. And it's all over the world. It could be in big cities too, but I don't know. And then on the news, all you hear about is mass shootings, bad stuff, guns are bad, 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 bad. And you don't hear about all the times that, a single mother with her 3 kids was at the house and person was trying to break in and she used her gun to protect herself, shot the guy and saved her children and herself. Or someone tries to rob a gas station at gunpoint and a citizen is there and he's, he's got a gun on the side and he stops the guy before he can hurt anyone else. Or someone comes into a church with a gun and tries to do something and someone shoots them that was in the church carrying a gun to protect themselves and stops them before they kill a whole bunch of other people. You don't hear about all the people that were saved because that's not a statistic that you can easily determine how many lives they saved. All you hear about is how many lives were lost, which is horrible. But it's like you have to figure out a way to stop the bad guys. You got to figure out a way to stop the bad. Because if you make more and more restrictions on guns, make them illegal even, bad guys are still going to get them. The good people are just not going to get them because they don't want to get arrested. So they're trying to follow all these strict rules. And they're going to be like, I can't even do it. It's too much. Bad guys are be like, well, I can just go get one, through my back alley ways. It's just the same as drugs or like prohibition when they made alcohol illegal. There was moonshiners all over the place. They didn't really, and then there was politicians and government officials and cops and things like that also had their hand in it. It was just the good people that were trying to follow the laws and be good legal citizens that were struggling and they just couldn't get their hands on it because they didn't want to break the law to get it. It's like they say locks only keep out honest people because bad guys will just break the lock or pick the lock. They don't care, and it might even make it more enticing for them to get in. They're like, oh, that's locked, so I'm going to try harder to get in. There must be something good in there. If it's a good person, they'll just be like, oh, it's locked, I'm gonna leave it alone. Which I know there's still got to be laws. Yeah, laws are gonna be broken, but there still should be laws. But I think we have a Second Amendment right to bear arms, and there shouldn't be any kind of restrictions on that. It's just you're allowed to bear arms. If we want to have, I don't know, I'm very American and I'm from the South. And so I believe if you want to have a tank in your front yard, you should be able to have a tank. If you want to have a bazillion bazookas and whatever you call them, M16s, I don't know nothing about guns. But if you want to have a bazillion shotguns, a bazillion whatevers, you should be able to have whatever you want to have. Whatever you can afford, whatever you want to have, we should be able to own anything besides people and anything else that's like really bad, immoral. Anyways, I don't see anything wrong with this song. I'm sure there's people that don't like it. And they're usually probably people that don't like country music. They're not patriotic. They're just on the other side of the coin. So I don't know why they don't just leave it alone and don't listen to it then. Like, there's lots of music that I don't like that's got a bunch of bad stuff in it about drugs and I don't know, living the thug life or something, or it's like super, super woke or something. And I might, if I listen to a song and I don't like the message, then I'm like, well, that's not the song for me. So I don't listen to it. That's the way it should be. If you don't like this type of music, then don't listen to it. There's stuff that's super, super woke and liberal or whatever, and there's stuff that's very, like, patriotic and conservative. Like, just listen to what you like. And I don't like cancel culture. Because there's people that love it, people that like it, and that makes them feel good, and they love it. They love the sound of it. It's inspiring to them or whatever, and things that are inspiring to you. Like, on either side of it, I don't like cancel culture. If you don't like it, just don't listen to it. I don't see anything in the song that's bad enough that it should be like pulled, or I don't see anything bad in the song at all, really. But I don't think it should be pulled from, really. If I was going to say anything that they might think was controversial, it wouldn't be racist like everyone is saying. I don't see that at all. But it would be more of the gun thing, because they're super bad. Like, I could see how, which I probably will get in trouble by YouTube, actually, because they don't like anything about that either. They really don't want anyone talking about those. Pew-pews is what they call it on YouTube. Because if you say the word even, you get like flagged or whatever. They don't like you talk about pew-pews. Because they want people to not have them. They want to take them away. So they don't want them to talk about it on any platform. I'm amazed they even have cop shows or shows on TV anymore with those. Or movies. Like the John Wick movies are so popular. I'm amazed because... And like Taken and stuff. The Taken movies, Liam Neeson. And he's like anti-gun. And I'm like, you make a living off of this. It makes no sense. Anyway, I'm getting... I am going to add that to my playlist. But yeah, I thought that was a really good song. I liked it. I definitely don't think he should be canceled over it, or it should be pulled off of any platforms, or I don't see anything wrong with it. There's way, way more controversial songs out there that they're making a big deal out of this. Are you kidding me? Like, it's such a sad thing in our culture, like such a sad thing in the state of things these days, that like that song WAP by Cardi B was like such a huge thing that people loved and talked about, and like, oh, it's such a great song. And then a song like this, which is just talking about how, people are in a small town, people try to help each other out, and we don't put up with violence and this horrible stuff. A song like this is considered bad. But a song like WAP is considered good. Or some of those other songs where they're singing about all kinds of weird stuff. Well, tell me what you thought in the comments section. Please be nice in the comments section. And like and subscribe and have a nice day. Bye.